Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to talk about all these watches on the table here, and I have a couple more off camera as well right now. Uh, but yeah, these watches all have something in common, and I'm sure you can already know from the video title, but these are all day date watches. I thought I had them all lined up here with the 10:10 position, but I guess not. I did not synchronize the dates for the days. But anyway, just a quick look at these watches here on the table. This is the Seiko 5 Sports Field Watch. I think it's SBSA113, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But yeah, I bought this one a little while ago. It's a cool watch. I like the blue dial on it. But anyway, let me know your favorite day-date watch from this collection here. The layouts of the day-date as well will be different among these. So, fairly inexpensive watch. I think I'll try and put in the description my videos to this watch and all the other watches as well. So you know what, let me throw each one of these on wrist. Some of these watches are on loan. One of them at least is for sale. So I'll talk about each of those here. So there we go. And I really do like the kanji day. I think that's cool. Okay, let's go to the next one here, because this one here actually is available for pre-order. I'll leave a link below in the description to this watch. This is on loan from Jack Mason. The Jack Mason Canton. It has the Miyota 8205 movement. Price is $411.75. I'll put a link in the description below. And I'll try and pin this one to the comment section. So I have two different day dates on loan, and another one is, I guess, on loan as well too. This one here is on loan, but it's actually for sale. A subscriber sent in a box full of watches. He asked me to list for sale for him, so this is one of those as well. $400 for this one, or make an offer. I'll relay it to the owner. So same configuration as the other watch. I don't think this is in kanji though. Let's see. Actually, I need to. I always forget about that 10:10 thing. Not supposed to change the day or date when the 10:10 position. So it looks like it's Spanish as well. English and Spanish. That's typically how they are for the US market. I'll put this one on wrist. Does have a butterfly clasp. Polished center link, brushed outer links. So there's a look at this watch on my wrist. I really do like the dial on this. The aqua blue out to a darker blue. The Fume dial has a bit of a sunburst to it as well. And then it does have those polished hands and Arabics in this kind of a dolphin shaped hand as well. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's see, what else do I have off camera? I have the Dress KX. So same configuration, same movement as that first watch I showed, the Seiko 5 Field Watch. This is a Seiko 5 watch as well. The 4R36 movement. So let me get this one on wrist. I haven't sized this watch yet, so I haven't really videoed it yet either. Well, I guess I have it on video now. Let's see. This watch here is on loan from Epos. The price for this is $1,474 US dollars. I'll try and leave a link to as many of these watches as I can in the description. Just kind of an impromptu video here since I have these on loan. This has the Sellita SW240 movement, which is based on the SW200. So now this one we have the day up top at 12 o'clock and the date at 3 o'clock, which is similar to the layout of the Rolex, well, the same layout as the Rolex day date. So let me throw this one on wrist. There's a 5-link bracelet. polished center link, brushed outer links. This is a solid bracelet. Feels nice and solid on wrist and comfortable as well. And sometimes I have problems with this pusher. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I'm not pushing it correctly. So there we go. This has a lacquered black dial. It's a really dark, deep dark black dial. It's a good looking watch. It does have a larger crown, 7.7 millimeter. No, I don't memorize the dimensions. I just have videoed this watch, so fresh on the mind. And the crown is nicely done. I like that crown. Okay, since I just mentioned the Rolex date, I'll show off the Tudor date day. Yes, it's called the Tudor date day. Right there, you can see that. Tudor Oyster Prince date day. So same layout here. You have the day at 12 o'clock and then the date at 3 o'clock there. Plexiglass crystal on this one. I don't remember what year this is from. 70s, 80s, 90s, somewhere. Take your pick. I don't exactly remember. But it does have the Rolex crown. And it is signed Rolex on the case back right there. So that's very neat. I don't think I'll be selling this watch anytime soon. I need to wear it more often. I'll put it on wrist right here in a moment. So it is a two-tone, obviously. I don't have the factory strap for it. This is a Strap Mill Canada strap. I think it looks good on this watch. So let me get this one on wrist. So this watch is 36 millimeter. It has the Rolex Oyster case. Yeah, I need to wear this more often. I really do like this watch. I'd like to find a bracelet for it one of these days. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's see here. Let's stick with that same configuration with the day at 12 o'clock. Oh, actually, so I didn't do that. Okay. Day at 12 o'clock. This one has date at 6 o'clock. So I guess I threw a curveball in there. So as I mentioned, this watch is for sale. You can send me an email if you're interested in buying this one. This is a heavy watch. I forgot the weight on it, but it's probably the heaviest watch here. It has this nice solid bracelet, nice and thick. So let's get this one on wrist. It is butterfly as well. And then you can see the movement. This has the, I forgot what it's called, either H40 or H80. It's the 80-hour power reserve movement, 6 beats per second. Must be H80. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, Hamilton Jazzmaster day date. I like the contrasting color around the perimeter of the dial here. It has those polished applied indices. So this watch looks similar to the layout of this one. This is my Oris. I've owned this watch for, I believe, 10 years, worn it for 10 years. Never really abused it, but I've never polished it either. So you can see it's, I don't remember this one, but yeah, it's got some, I don't know if it's rusting or, I'm not sure what's going on with this watch. Maybe I'll get it finished one of these days, refinished. But super comfortable bracelet. It does have the hollow end links, but solid links. And yeah, just a stamped metal clasp here, which I have no problems with. So let me get this on wrist. I don't remember the name of this watch or the model number. This is one of my first, we'll say, luxury mechanical watches. Bought it used on eBay at least 10 years ago. Actually, I think I don't know if I showed this or not, but it doesn't even have the red rotor. Oris has the red rotor now. Not sure when they started doing that. Yeah, I guess I don't remember it being that loose, but anyway. Really been neglecting this watch. Have not worn it in some time. Go on to the next one here. Okay, I already showed that one. I can't remember if I showed this one or not. I think I was starting to, but then I didn't. Orient. I think this is the Orient Mako 3 USA sapphire crystal aluminum bezel insert. Of course, it has the in-house Orient movement. A little bit smaller of a dive watch, but I think it works well for my wrist. Solid end links, solid links. Again, the stamped clasp, but I don't mind it. I really have no issues with the stamped clasp. So let me get this on wrist. It is a white dial. It's not a loomed white dial. Yeah, I really like this watch. I need to wear this one some more too, but I only have, well, 2 wrists. I have a lot of watches, but I don't get to enjoy them all as much as I'd like to. Drill lugs, polished case side there, brush top. I'm gonna have to wear this watch today. It's been a while. Okay, another old timer in my collection. Have had this for I think 12 years now. You can see the stretch on the Jubilee. Again, similar Seiko day date layout here, but this is the 7S26 movement, not the 4R36 like the other Seiko watches I've had on here. So let me throw this one on wrist. And then we're down to 2 more watches here. I know I have more day date watches, but I just wanted to show this sampling of my collection here. Yeah, I miss wearing this watch too. I don't wear it as much as I used to, that's for sure. This here was my collection for the longest time. Back in the simpler days. Okay, here's another different configuration here. Both the day and the date is at 12 o'clock. I do like this watch, but I don't really care for that configuration of the day date. Also, this does have a domed crystal and it does not have anti-reflective coating, so it's I don't know, I get a lot of stuff in the background. It's a little bit harder for me to read the time with this watch, which is kind of funny because it's a field watch. Looks like I need to wind it some more. Just a push-pull crown. I believe this one is 50 meters water resistance. Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, 55 bar, 72.5 psi. Hamilton in their funny water pressure rating. Now, this is not a factory strap. This is a collar rub strap. I bought this watch used a while ago. Haven't worn this one much either. This strap is super comfortable. Yeah, so let me know your feedback. Which layout do you like best, and which watch here in the sampling of my collection? Brush case, polished bezel. This is the one that my daughter dropped in a watch store and dinged the bezel. So probably won't be selling this one. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. And lastly, another watch I really like in my collection. This is the Moscow, I think it's a DA42 or DA46. I can never remember that. DA46. Right there. and a lot of German writing on the back there. I think this one is only rated to, yep, 10 bar, 100 meter water resistance. It's a thick watch, screw down crown, so you would think it'd be 200 meter water resistance, but the reason why it's so thick is it has a soft iron cage in here for the magnetic, anti-magnetic properties, or magnetic resistance, however you want to look at it. But anyway, looking at the day date function on this watch is offset from that center line, which is very unique. I have not seen this on any other watch other than my Damasco watches, so I think that's a cool feature. Also, let me move the handset and I'll show you the dual language here. I think all the other watches I've shown are English, Spanish, with the day here. The one with the day up at the top is just English. But these ones here are bilingual, sorry. Okay, let's see which one is, guess I'm unwinding. There we go. So this one is German and English, which you would expect being that this watch is made in Germany. Yeah, I think that's neat. Although I do just keep it in English typically. Okay, let's get this one on the wrist. I think this was customized. I don't think they come with the red second hand. I believe the previous owner custom ordered that red second hand. It's all right. I would prefer a white second hand, but the red is okay. It does match the stitching on the leather strap here. These are nice feeling leather straps, and Damasco always have this little flap here under the buckle. So let me get this on wrist and then we'll close out the video. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it and it helps me out. Also, this has the dual time bezel and it's bi-directional. And the bezel action on this thing is amazing. There's ceramic ball bearings in here. Definitely a tool watch. It has the ice hardened coating on here. There's rust or what's gone there, but I'm going to have to give this watch a quick clean. Alright, that will conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time and thank you for watching. Oh yeah, one more thing. The anti-reflective coating on Damasco watches is amazing. It's like I can reach down in here and just touch the handset. So I really like the brand here and the products they create. Alright, catch you on the next one.